Yes, I first heard about Denise through a friend who recommended I read her book, Get Rich Lucky Bitch. So that was my first exposure to Denise as through her audiobook, and I absolutely fell in love with her down-to-earth personality. And later on, I think it took me 1 year to realize that maybe I should be in the boot camp. So that's when I decided to join the boot camp. That was, I believe, in February or March of 2022. I was looking for personal growth, and I am that personal growth advocate for forever. I think I call myself a lifelong learner. So the time for me to take the action wasn't necessarily that I was looking for who to go with. I mean, it was clear that I started my spiritual journey, and then I thought, okay, this is the area that I want to grow into. So education is a big part of growth for me. And every year I try to invest into coaching or some kind of mentoring that would help me grow, and not just in career, but also in personal life as well. So I can't really think of why I joined, but it was just like, okay, this is the right thing to do. The only hesitation, because it is like we're talking about thousands of dollars. So there's always that, okay, is this the right fit for me? Do I need this? And I always believe that education always pays off, and rightly so. Like although I was already on the spiritual journey and was believing in manifestation and all that, it's just when you're actively part of something and you are given this kind of a roadmap, I think magic happens when you commit to something like that and just follow through. And I'm so glad I did. So I had, my business was doing really well. Last year in 2020, my photo income was, I think I grossed at $762,000. So that was a major year for me, where working just as a part-time as photographer along with my full-time job and everything else. That was quite like, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe what is possible. And I wanted to keep on pushing to get to that 7 figures. So in 2022, my goal was, now I was at a point where I have learned a lot in my industry, and my goal was to kind of go outside of my industry and see where else I can learn and how I can grow further, not just in my career, but I think everything goes hand in hand. When you grow personally, you grow professionally as well. So that was the time where I was like, okay, now I need to get to the next step. So what should I look into? And I was just getting really called into trusting the inner self and getting on that deeper into the spiritual journey, manifestation and all that. And just reading Denise's book was the time where I was like, okay, maybe I need to get more into this phase, because internally you just feel the pull towards something. I am a bookworm. I have to read a book, or now it's like with Audible, I have to listen to a book every day. I have read so many business books over the last 2 decades that I just don't feel like reading business books anymore. So now I feel like I need to read more about spirituality or law of attraction, and just, all the internal things about meditation and whatnot. So thinking back, why I joined Money Bootcamp, when I joined Money Bootcamp was, that was when I was like, okay, now I need to, what kind of education I'm going to invest into this year? So it was a no-brainer. The milestone there was I had just launched my coaching for professional photographers. That was the first year officially. I was doing some one-to-ones, just kind of like people slipping into your DMs, and when you inspire others and they're like, I would love to learn from you how you're doing this. But this was January, was my birthday, but that's when I launched my official group, the Thrive Code for professional photographers. And I wasn't expecting the kind of response that I got when I did that, when I launched it. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's like, step into it, tell the universe you're ready for this, listen to your calling, and then you need something to grow yourself as well, so you're not stagnant where you are. So yeah, it was a no-brainer to take the step at that point where I'm like, I need to continue my education as well, and not just get pulled into giving. So the biggest thing Denise helped me was growing up believing that you have to work harder to make more money, right? I feel like that's such a thing. Like, it's so embedded deeply into our roots, that it just comes naturally to everybody. And I was the same way. I was like, I have to work harder if I want to make more money. And if I'm chasing that $1 million dream, then I have to work even harder. But getting coached through Denise, and in her teaching, she's like, chill and prosper. I think that's something that I connected to really deeply. That really helped me that, okay, I need to get out of this mindset that I have to work hard. And my students even ask me all the time, Nidhi, how do you do everything that you do? How do you not get burnt out? And I was like, I don't really do everything. I just look at where the biggest ROI is, what I can do. Of course, outsource whatever is sucking the time out of you and the energy, and you're not loving that. But yeah, that was the biggest takeaway from Denise's course, is you don't have to work hard to make more money. Working with ease and still manifesting more and living the dream life. That was really instrumental for me. Another thing was decluttering. And I think everybody in my home loves that. My family's like, okay, everything is clean now. Another big thing that I learned from Denise was decluttering and clearing out that stuck energy in the area in your home and business where you're not using something, or it's just not getting the attention. I think that was such a game changer. And of course, my family loves that nothing is, there's no clutter in the home anymore. Everything has its place and everything is clean. I'm also a clean freak, so that kind of makes my heart happy, but I didn't realize how important that is energy-wise, to kind of go through that and the cleansing process of not just you and your body and your mind, but also everything around you. Yes, the top 3 things after joining boot camp, I think one would be just believing that you don't have to work really hard to make more money. You can still be the laziest you, which I call myself lazy. I know I'm not lazy, but I'm lazy in ways where I don't go into super detail about everything. I believe in winging things. I think that was the biggest thing, is you could really be chill, work less, and still make more and dream bigger, and manifest everything, the big goals that you want to manifest. Number 2 would be the money memories. I think that was such an eye opener. Even though I don't think there was like really big incidents that I could think of in my childhood where I thought about, okay, this is why I have the money block. But there were some little things like, what are those first money memories? And I've always looked up to, and I talk about my grandpa a lot. My grandpa was my mom's dad. He was really rich and lived in a way where he was giving a lot of gifts to us kids. Like, that's what I remember growing up, that grandpa will come home and he'll bring gifts for all of us, like all cousins and everybody, whenever we were visiting during summer to grandma's house. And in my head, I always looked at money that it's a good thing, because when you're rich, you give money to others and you give gifts. And I think that's one of the main reasons gift giving is my love language. So that was just so insightful to look into the money memories, realize why you are the way you are. And of course, we're all a work in progress. So anytime a block comes up, I go back to thinking, okay, what are the associated money memories that I can think of? Why am I thinking the way I am thinking? And so, yeah, that was very helpful, and thankful to Denise for kind of making us take that journey into our souls and minds and the subconscious mind to see where it's coming from. Yeah. So what Denise is like as a coach, I believe she's just everyday girl, like everyday person. You can relate to Denise just like you are. When I listen to her, it's just the way she has this way of saying things where she makes it so casual yet fun. but you get away from it with so many insights and you're like, whoa, okay, I learned this and I learned that. And it was all just fun. And you're not just sitting there like, okay, when is this call going to be over? When is this video going to be over? So I love her down to earth personality and just her fun way of delivering content. Yeah, so the Money Bootcamp Facebook group, I believe, is just a must visit group every day to find inspiration. I love that it's filled with mostly women. I'm not sure I have seen any male posts. There may be, but just seeing all that female energy and seeing people hit these huge milestones, or sometimes even to just discuss about things that they're struggling with, because a lot of times we learn so much from somebody else's experience as well. Like we don't have to personally live through that to be wiser, right? So I love that it's so inspiring. Every single day you can go and find something that you can take away for that day and start your day right with that energy. So being in the Facebook group is just having your own personal kind of like a mastermind in a way, where you feel like you can, if you need that advice or you want to shout out your success, you know your people will get you. They're not going to judge you. They won't be like, I can't believe she's making so much money. They're like, how are you making so much money? You must be evil. They get it. So it's just having that camaraderie and a group of people who have the same mindset as you. And it's a great place to get help from when you need that advice. And it's an amazing way to kind of celebrate how far you have come, because a lot of times we don't always have people who understand everything that goes into getting to those milestones. Like as entrepreneurs, like your family may not get everything that you're doing. Your friends probably don't understand everything that goes behind the scenes. So it's just having a large group of friends. So why is money mindset important? I think it's just like breathing is important for living. Money is important for living as well. Unfortunately, this is the world that we live in, or fortunately, however you look at it. But just thinking that money makes you evil, I think is the biggest evil of it all. Why? I mean, you deserve to have everything that you ever desire in life. There is no reason why you shouldn't have something. And if you're not getting it, if you're not hitting your goals or whatever you wish, and you're just like, oh, I'm just unlucky, I never get this, then that's what's going to happen. As they say, we think 80,000 thoughts in a day. And if those thoughts are all about why you should not have money, then you yourself are keeping yourself stuck in your life. So working through that money block is just, everyone should do this, because why live a harder life when you can actually enjoy life? And I'm not saying that money fixes everything, but hey, it's a lot better to be miserable when you have a lot of money than be broke, if that's the thing. I do think that money can make things easy. And if you don't want it for yourself, you want to help somebody else, if you have the money, you can go and donate to them and you can help those people out. And there's just so many ways that your life could be richer when you have money. A lot of times people feel like, oh, I can never be a millionaire. I can never be a billionaire. Like if we think about people who have achieved those statuses, who have reached that level, they also have the same two hands and two eyes and the brain, and they're just like us. They're human too. And they got there somehow, right? So it's possible for us as well. When we think about we can never beat them, it's not looking back bad on them, it's looking bad on us because we are keeping ourselves stuck. So I feel like everybody needs to visit their money blocks to see where else it's getting you stuck in life. Even though you may not want a rich life for yourself, just the energy that comes with it when you're not constantly worried about how I'm going to pay the bills, or the energy that comes from when you are able to make somebody else happy by helping them out with whatever they need, maybe paying their bills or feeding them if they haven't being fed a nice meal in days. There's just so much you could do. Oh, there's so many money mindset blocks in my industry. So in professional photographers, I think, and just like any other industry, as an entrepreneur, you are your own block if you're not making, those big money milestones, like whatever your goals are. I don't think there is any reason for somebody to not hit high 6 to 7 figures as an entrepreneur. So in my industry too, there are a lot of people who are amazing at their craft, like they're phenomenal photographers, but some of them, I mean, it just breaks my heart. They're ready to throw in a towel on their business and go find a job that they don't even love just to pay their bills. And I think all of that kind of somehow relates to, and not somehow, it's all their mental block, just not believing that they can do that, just being in their own way. So yeah, everybody, I mean, me as a part-time photographer, so my current income for 2022 is $919,000. So I'm getting so close to hitting that 7 figures that I'm super excited about. And I'm doing it part-time, like I also have a full-time job. So, and I don't have a big team. I'm just a single person army. I'm doing everything, as Denise mentions, in a chill and prosper way. If I can do this, then anybody can do this. Like full-time photographers, for sure, there's no reason they shouldn't be making $600,000, $800,000 in their studio. And just everything that comes with it, the ease, the whatever you can afford for your family, giving them like a good life, good schools for your kids, and hiring help, like, like somebody to come cook me some nice meals whenever I want to. I think it's, yeah, everybody needs to work on their money mindset. There's so much block, just like everybody else, because we are all human. We are all the same, regardless of what we do. Yes. So this year I decided to launch a course, like create a course, because I was getting a lot of requests on one-to-one, like working with people one-to-one, and you can only scale it so much. So I wanted to put it together in a course where not necessarily for passive income, but more to be able to reach masses that I can't reach just working with people one-to-one. I felt this huge calling in myself that, okay, people need to hear more from you, how you're doing this. So I created a course, and yes, everything that comes up when you put yourself out there, because when you're working with people one-to-one, most likely you know them, and it's easier to develop that trust and hear what they need. But now that you're creating a course, and I launched it kind of live with live group of people over Zoom. So again, in a very chill way. Why to do like a big production? I just wanted to be true to myself, who I am, and not really do like a big show, but really serve from the heart was my goal. So it was hard. It was really hard. It's hard to put yourself out there not knowing how people are going to take you, because we are the worst critics of ourselves. But there were other blocks as well. Like, I don't know if people would take me up on this. Like, I knew that some people would take me up on this. And when I was creating the course, I was like, how many people do I want to sign up for this? So in my head, I'm like, I'll be happy if I can get 10. And that was just very first course, and people don't really know me as much, not as a coach. People didn't know me as coach. Like, yes, they were hearing about my success in some other photography forums and stuff. So I had some people who've been following me and were looking up to me and were getting inspired. But once you create a course, you don't know for sure if they will invest with you, right? So there's one thing that people want to learn from you. There's another thing that they're actually going to take that step and invest. So I would have been happy with 10, but ended up that first launch, of course, I had over 100 photographers who signed up for my very first course. So I was like blown away. Yeah, and the first thing I did was went and shouted out in Denise's group, like, hey, I just crossed 6 figures with my first course launch. So That was amazing. Yes, a lot of blocks came up, but Denise's voice in my head just kept on telling me that to believe in this, and I kept on raising my goal and just being true to myself in a very authentic way. Yeah, the one piece of advice that I would give to people who are considering joining Money Bootcamp and I'm not sure if this is a good fit for them would be to just trust your gut. If you feel it that you need this, then you do need this. Our inner voice is just so powerful. It knows what's right for us. But there's so many little nuggets that we can learn and just keep on revisiting the course anytime I need that extra push and hearing Denise's voice. I think Denise is an open book. This is what I also love about her. She always shares her journey and, you know, how she does things or what she did when she did to get to the point where she is. That's just so helpful as an entrepreneur as well. And the community itself is pure gold. We all need people like us who could inspire us, who could help us out without any judgments. I think it's just like if you're looking for a group of women, kind of like a mastermind where they can push you to be your next level, they can push you to be better, but they can give you the advice and hold your hand when you need to cry or share something without that judgment. That group is just pure gold. And just reading other people's inspiring stories just push you to be so much more for yourself as well. So yeah, just take that action, take that step, get the course. You'll be amazed at all the new things that you will learn. And they have been instrumental in my journey so far. And I know I'll keep on revisiting the course for many years to come, anytime I need that extra push. So yeah, that would be the right step. Just do it. I love that the course is actually more of videos that you can get the app on Kajabi. And what I did was listen to it right before falling asleep in bed, because if most of us women, we just worry about 1,000 things when we're in bed and we're not going to sleep on time anyways. So might as well put your brain to something useful. So I love that the Kajabi app makes it super easy, and you could just listen to Denise's voice while you're driving and whatnot. And the lessons are just bite-sized. They're not hours and hours long that you'll never get caught up on. It's not a super long course. It's divided into modules, into smaller videos, or you could listen to just the audio. So yeah, it's an easy follow, and they're so interesting that you just want to keep on going to, okay, I can't wait to listen to the next one and the next one. So yeah, I love the way it's formatted. The course is just so much more in depth, but I think the biggest takeaway from the course is it's the action steps that you can do. Just follow along and make changes in your life. That's what is so different from, yes, the book is great. It just helps you grab the concept of law of attraction and how you too could do this, but it's not necessarily do this and do that next and so on. So the boot camp is more of, if you want to make those changes and implement everything into your life, this is the only way, the right way of doing it, because make your life easy. And I believe I paid about $2,000 for the course. You make that back like, so quickly, and hundreds folds. Again, you have to implement it and believe in it and do the work, but she has laid out everything so easily that it's just a no-brainer. Yeah, so I am super excited for 2023. I am a big goal setter, and I like to set goals that make me uncomfortable, otherwise they're not big enough. So my goal for 2023 is doing 1.5 million. I also want to increase my coaching brand and create a lot more courses. I'm also thinking about, I'm deep into spirituality and law of attraction and all of that. So there will be a course that I will create about mindset. That's something that's on my mind in the first quarter of 2023. My course, 7-Figure Accelerator, is an 8-module course for professional portrait photographers, and it just guides them. It's the entire blueprint of my business. It takes them from pricing strategies, sales room strategies, and marketing in an organic way to create your brand and attract the right kind of clients that you want to work with to your brand and all of that. But the last module is about mindset. And when I launched that module for my course, I got like an amazing feedback from the students. And they were saying just the last module itself was worth the entire course. Even if you don't watch anything else, you must watch module 8. And I've been getting a lot of requests where people are like, so when are you creating your mindset course? So I believe that's one thing that needs to happen in the coming years. So yeah, I'm super excited for all these new ideas that I need to kind of implement and come out in the field of coaching, but also super excited to serve my portrait clients and make them feel more confident and empowered in their own lives and create these beautiful legacy prints that just makes them feel like, yes, I am beautifully and wonderfully made, and go out and carry on with their day with that amazing goddess energy by looking at their beautiful portraits where they look like badasses. So all of that in plans for 2023. I am also still continuing with my full-time job at the university. I am also building a big mansion, if I can say so. But I'm building a new house and a studio combo. Super excited for that. It's 10 to 11,000 square feet. So yes, it is a mansion, but we'll be using that for retreats and whatnot, and just living in the full potential that we have. So yeah, super excited for 2023, and can't wait to keep on reading whatever else Denise comes out with. Yeah, I would love to share about my journey and how law of attraction and just the money mindset has changed my life. Like growing up in India and coming from a middle-class family, I never thought that I could even dream about being a millionaire, but here I am, a millionaire in a foreign country, doing everything pretty much alone as a single person without a team. I feel like if anybody is looking for an inspiration, let that be it, that when we get out of our own mental blocks, when we dive deep and believe our inner self and trust our gut and know the way to get there, which I think Money Mindset Bootcamp is so valuable in. It just lays out the steps, like, do the work, see what's keeping you blocked in life, and then watch yourself shine. And sky is the limit. My next goal would be to be a billionaire. We'll see how that's going to happen and when that's going to happen. But, it's just like you feel like you have hit the jackpot where you have the code that you know what it takes to get to that next level and next level and next level and keep on going. I think that's what is so amazing, that we are all divine beings. We all have everything it takes to get whatever we want or ever desire in our lives. And I'm thankful to Denise and other mentors who actually show the way and show it to us and make it easy for us rather than trying to self-discover everything. So yeah, it's the right next step for anybody who's waiting to get there. I am so thankful to be able to share my journey and show that just coming from humble roots, not knowing, not having any help and not knowing where it would take me. And
if you're looking for expert training on money mindset, a supportive community, and mentoring to work on your money stories, I invite you to come work with us in Money Bootcamp. Our community is growing every day, and when empowered people come together and take control of our financial destiny, we really can change lives. Come and join us on this journey. Just click below, take a deep breath, and enroll in Money Bootcamp today. You'll get our amazing money mindset training, ongoing mentoring, and access to our beautiful, inspiring community. So then you can have the encouragement and accountability to make a breakthrough with your money. And you'll get support from all of our experienced mentors and live group coaching calls with me every single month. We will be with you every step of the way to help you create more abundance with less stress. So click below, take a deep breath, and just hit join on your registration. Make this investment in your dreams and get started now so you can release your money blocks, increase your income, and surround yourself with amazing people invested in your success. I'll see you in Money Bootcamp. It's your time and you're ready for the next step.